M0FXB, welcome back to my garden videos. Let's talk about long intros when we watch YouTube videos. So I specifically make sure that I do not have long intros, and I try not to talk too much about anything other than the subject of the video in the first 5 minutes. Maybe at the end I might have a little waffle. So, I just think that these intros, I've seen these intros, and some of them are very techy, and you can see they put some real effort into this and maybe even paid someone to create these intros. But if they last more than about half a second, I find them really annoying. And some of them go on for ages, and they'll put in some sounds of some nuclear sirens and radio sounds, and they'll put in the Matrix in the background, and then the video will go to them, and then they'll start talking. And now, if I've gone to a video and I put in a search like, how do I add a memory channel to my Bowphone, I don't actually want to hear their life story. Yeah, it's good to have some, personality and a bit of feedback, but get to the bit we want first. So tell us how to program the radio, how to do the thing, the reason we went to the YouTube channel in the first place. Tell us that very quickly. Then give us your life story, because that's fine, because we don't have to watch that. We can skip past it. But this tedious thing where we're almost forced to listen to something we don't have no interest in, we don't want to listen to, it just drives me crazy. And please, and I'm not the guru of YouTubers. This is my personal take. This is Andreas M0FXB and my personal feeling, and that is, just get to the point. Give us the thing we need, yeah. And also show us the radio. If you're programming a Bowphone and you're holding it in your hand like this, and we can hardly see it, but we've got this massive thing where you are taking up 90% of the screen. Why? We don't want to see. We want to see the radio. Now we do want to see personalities and that. So there's a level of that. But I just say, the main thing is, please shorten the intros. Get to the point. That's it, really. But I do also say. Thank you loads for making those videos. Mazzy, she's out. Thank you loads for making those videos. I've watched hundreds and thousands of videos from other YouTubers that I'll fast forward, click, get to the interesting bit that I'm looking for, and then stop. Because if you see, most YouTube videos don't get watched longer than about 2 minutes. Doesn't matter how long they are. See the stats, 2-3 minutes, and so people tend to be flicking through trying to find what they're, you get the point. So please, YouTubers of the world, especially ham radio and everything else, get to the point. Come on. Mazzy's here. You alright, Mazzy? And my wife's just installed this. I'm waffling now, but I'm allowed to because I got to the point in the first 20 seconds. Just started doing this sort of growing area. And because we've been here a long time, but we've never really grown stuff. But you know what it's like as you mature. We've been here over 20 years actually. I actually grew up, my life story bit. I actually grew up in the town centre of Weston-super-Mare, on the seafront of Weston-super-Mare, and I was running retail businesses and amusement arcades, food premises, all kinds of stuff. I did all kinds, yeah, for 25 years. But I moved out here about 4 miles out of the town to get away from it all. It's because thing about these seasonal towns, which is what I live in, they get so busy in the summer. We're out here, if you look over there, even though we do have a main wall, just over there in the distance, you can't see it, there's beautiful British fields, there's the sea, Avonmouth Sea. Honestly, it's just literally a few minutes. Now, I am surrounded by houses here, as you can see, but that's great because they brought the price. I could afford to buy it, because if it wasn't surrounded by houses and it was in the middle of the countryside, and I've been here 25 years, there's no way I could have bought this house. And that, buying a house, how do you do that? It takes a lot of hard work, years and years of hard work and saving, and it wasn't easy. Take it from me. So, but anyway, 6 kids, 2 grandkids. Bye for now. All the best.